This has been a long time coming. I'm finally doing a shuttle bus update. It's a bit of a hiatus right now, but I just got a couple things figured out and decided I'd make a video. So this is going to be our fridge. It is 12 volt as well as 110, but it's just going to be strictly hooked up to 12 volt. I've got to mount the fridge. The kitchen base is all mounted. It's two separate ones. Butcher block top's all mounted. I've been here working on the wiring. Still a little up in the air on exactly what I'm going to do, but I've got the water pump with a water tank wired in, and I might redo that. It's off of this. So this is going to go right about there, I think. But my predicament is I need a switch for our lights that I'm going to be picking up. I've got to do some wiring in there and bring it down into here. This is all the camper wiring, camper inverter. I've got it wired up to two junctions that are separate, so they won't ever come close to each other or touch or anything like that. Those are hooked up to a 100 amp breaker that's underneath of the bus, hooked up to the battery that's underneath of the bus. So that battery was used for the lift that was here, and I just kind of reallocated everything to work with this. And I also have a breaker coming off of the battery so that I can charge the frame battery with this battery while the bus is running. It's just a breaker that I can flip, and it'll connect to the circuit and send the battery back to the other bus. The other battery, I mean. All that was there. Both of those breakers were underneath of the bus. And this battery was wired up all the time, which isn't a bad idea for a lift, but since it's going to be powering the camper stuff, I don't want to kill the main battery with the rear battery. So that way I can isolate the camper from the bus. So I don't know if I'm going to turn this into the interior light switch and then relocate the water pump switch somewhere. That's going to be used whenever we're off grid and no city water hooked up. Turn the pump on. So I don't know if I want to get a bigger one of these or mount the water pump switch in here with the wiring for the fridge, which isn't a bad idea. Just, it's not easy to get to. And once we have all of our kitchen stuff in here, it may get bumped or whatever. So this being up there, it'll be way out of the way and none of the wires will get hit and whatnot. So yeah, but water pump's mounted, wired in. For now, may end up changing it. Need to get opinion from my wife and see what she thinks. But yeah, coming right along. We're hopefully going to be camping in it with our son, our 6-month-old, in about 3 weeks. We're going camping and wheeling. So got a lot more work to do. It's livable as is, but I want to try and get the sink in and all the plumbing done. I'll probably just plumb in a drain for the sink. I won't worry about a black tank yet because the shower is going to go there, and I've kind of got to figure out placement of the shower before I figure out placement of the drain tank. So a couple things need to happen before I can do that, but really excited about this. and when I kick the breaker, this will cut off. So that means power to this is cut off, which is what I want. So that way I'm not draining that battery either. So this has a, oh, I just unplugged it. This has a cigarette lighter. If I could hold it, cigarette lighter, and then USB. Everything's so hard to do with one hand. Oh, that's light up too, that's cool. And then water pump. So, like I said, I might turn that into the light switch, which seems more reasonable because it's right next to the bed. And then I've got this switch, but it doesn't really fit anywhere good. If I put it in here, it's going to be really close to that when it closes. So I've got to figure out if I want to do maybe even a second one of these that's just switches. Because I'm sure there's going to be other things that I'll be adding that'll need a switch. As of right now, I don't. But if we decide to add more lights or an off-grid stereo system, etc., I'll have to have some more switches. So I'm gonna get the opinion from the boss and go from there. Got some seats from International all mounted up. Use the existing rails. That one's just through the floor, and then this one, I built a bracket, welded it all up, and bolted it to there. And then it's also bolted to there. So I wanted the seat belts and everything. So that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna be focusing on this for a while. Let me know what you guys think. Progress, any opinions. See ya.